Hello and welcome back to our weekly market recap. I'm with Rich.
Hello, everyone.
And I'm Knight. Let's get to it. So as you can see, we're doing it a little bit differently this week. We are social distancing between the two of us. So please bear with us as we still try to get you your weekly videos, but we will now be doing it via Zoom recording. So thank you for that. And the other shift that we're doing this week is we used to use the Dow kind of as the tracker for how the market was doing. We do that because that's the majority of our clients knew what the Dow was, but we believe that the S&P 500 is probably the more accurate way to go forward. So we will start tracking the S&P 500, and I will still give you the same sort of data. So for the week, we are down 2.2% in the S&P, which brings us down to 11.4% year to date, down 15.6% from the highs, but up 27.9% from the lows in March. So one of the big key points from this week in the volatility that we saw were the retail numbers that just came out actually on Friday. And Rich wanted to speak a little bit about those numbers.
Yes, retail came down 16.4%. Everyone was expecting the retail numbers to be bad. This is the worst drop ever recorded on retail. Industrial numbers dropped over 11%, which is the worst recording in the 110 years that's been recorded. I think it's 110 years. So we had some pretty bad numbers to start with. The good news in this is that the impetus for this bad news is that more likely the government's going to do another stimulus package. As a matter of fact, the Congress began discussions of it.
Yeah, so in the past 2 days, we've seen huge volatility swings intraday. So it means, in the middle of the day, we started down in the Dow over 400 points and wound up positive both days. And again, this is really speaking to the two kind of opposing forces that we're seeing right now, which is we're getting all these really bad economic numbers that are coming in that are really kind of putting this downward pressure on the market. But we have this vision of the economy starting to open up, people starting to engage in the economy more. And there are talks of this new round of stimulus, which really are kind of showing the two forces in the middle of the day. We haven't really decided on where we're going to wind up, which is why for the week, we see down around only 2.2%, but intraday we've been seeing swings of up to 4 or 5%. So, Rich, the last thing that you wanted to talk about was what might be in the next stimulus package, what they're kind of looking at.
Yes. So the current thinking is that Congress, the House led by Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats, have started hearings on proposing a new package called HEROES. And this stimulus package is in the $3 trillion range. It's fairly aspirational in that they're trying to get universal health care, rescue the hospitals, rescue the states, rescue the municipalities that all have had major issues with staying solvent due to the pressures of COVID-19. Now, we saw a lot of pressure like this back in 2008. Obviously, this is very early, so we don't know quite what's going to happen. The Republicans in the Senate want to get some liability issues put in to protect businesses that are starting to open up from being sued by their employees. So there is some type of stimulus package that's believed to come out of this, but what it's going to look like, it's a little too early to tell.
Yeah, we're pretty far away from what we're expecting it to eventually look like, but even just the news of another round of stimulus is a positive movement on the market. Yeah, and so to kind of conclude everything, we're going to likely continue to see volatility, especially as numbers are coming in that look negative until we get more clarity as to what the timeline is for everything opening up. If there's going to be another wave of coronavirus spikes and everything like that, we are expecting to continue to see volatility. Your portfolios are built to handle volatility. We are coming up closely on our mid-year review, and we're going to do a full portfolio analysis on everyone's portfolio and review what we have done already and what we will continue to do. So that is coming up in the next few weeks, leading into July. And
we're going to take into account, obviously, the new reality of COVID-19 and how that affects you and your portfolios from a global as well as domestic analysis.
Great, thank you. And as we would like to always, end and focus it really back on you, the individual. Your money's here to support you. We are here to support you. These are trying times, but we're all here together. And please reach out if you have any questions for us. Thank you.